Good afternoon. You know me, Larry Klayman, as the founder of both Judicial Watch and now Freedom Watch. I'm also a former federal prosecutor of the U.S. Department of Justice. Weeks ago, I predicted, when Donald J. Trump won the election to be President of the United States, that the Clintons were not going away, and her crowd, composed of John Podesta, her corrupt campaign manager, Cheryl Mills, her sleazy lawyer, Huma Abedin, her girlfriend who has ties to the Muslim Brotherhood, Terry McAuliffe, the governor of Virginia who allowed criminals to vote and who helped try to bribe the FBI into not doing a thorough investigation over the private email server, and other individuals such as Harold Ickes, who has been her consigliere over the years, someone who's mafia connected. These are all the people around her. I predicted they would not go away, that they would not go into the night. And in fact, working through Jill Stein of the Green Party, they've done these fraudulent recounts, which are still going on. But when it appeared that was not going to work, they decided they would try to influence the electors who are to vote and confirm the election of Donald Trump on December 19th of this year. That's next Tuesday. What they've done is to get a very politicized CIA run by John Brennan, who was put in there by Barack Obama as the director, an individual who's not only corrupt himself, but he's reportedly a closet Muslim. Why he's director of the CIA and no one has said anything about it all these years, whether it's Democrat or Republican, is truly a scandal in and of itself. But the CIA has come forth to try to convince the electors not to confirm the election of Donald Trump. They've said that Russia influenced our election in favor of him. Well, there's no evidence of that, other than the fact that WikiLeaks emails have come out. In fact, those WikiLeaks, however they were obtained, whether it was by Russia or whether it was by China or Iran or some other source, showed the true criminality of the Clinton crowd. Of course, that's being ignored. But what's important about this with the CIA and its sister agency, the NSA, is that this is like the pot calling the kettle black. This is the height of hypocrisy and dishonesty, because the CIA, along with the NSA, for years has been surveying hundreds of millions of Americans by intercepting their telephone calls, their internet communications, and their social media communications. Not just terrorists, not just when there's probable cause that a crime or terrorist act is being committed, but all Americans. And it was 3 years ago that I enjoined, that is, I asked a court to stop, and they agreed with me, a federal court in Washington, D.C., this illegal activity by the NSA and by the CIA. I have cases that are ongoing on that. And what's also important is that a whistleblower came forward in that process by the name of Dennis Montgomery, a contractor for the CIA and NSA. And he revealed that these agencies were hacking and surveying, they called it harvesting, all of the confidential information of 156 judges, many private individuals that are prominent, and others, presumably to hold a sword of Damocles over their head to coerce them or blackmail them in some particular way. I took Dennis Montgomery to Director Comey of the FBI through his general counsel. I obtained immunity for him to come forward. He produced 47 hard drives. I've never seen anything that's on those hard drives, but the FBI has them in their custody and is conducting an investigation. And here's what's so highly corrupt about this, is that here the CIA is saying that Russia influenced the election by hacking emails and other things of the Democratic National Committee, of John Podesta, Hillary Clinton's campaign manager, of others. Yet our own agency, our own intelligence agency, the CIA, has been harvesting the information of Americans and smearing them. And in fact, it was also revealed in the last year and a half that the CIA had hacked the emails of the staff of the California Congresswoman who was investigating them at the time. This kind of thing is very corrosive of a society, and it's very harmful. And I want the world to know this, because the election results should elect the person who was actually elected. There should not be interference by the CIA, particularly when it itself has allegedly been engaged in criminal acts against the entire citizenry. So if you're interested in this, contact us at www.freedomwatchusa.org, freedomwatchusa.org. This information has not come out in the public domain. Networks haven't picked up on it yet. So I wanted to get this YouTube to you, the American people, so you could rise up to make sure, to weigh in, to conduct a peaceful counter-revolution, that the person we elected as president last November 8th in fact, is elected by the electors in the Electoral College and becomes our President of the United States. Thank you. God bless. God bless your family during this holiday period, and God save America.